Hello and welcome to Vision of Asia, the news you can trust and events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I am Pia Jyoti Khatru coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the headlines today, Pakistan Supreme Court sets aside rejection of no trust vote against Imran Khan government, restores National Assembly. US envoy to India, incredibly important diplomatic position, according to White House. In an annual report by US Citizenship and Immigration Services, number of Indian students in US rose by 12%. From China, dropped by 8%. Our feature today is on IPL 2022. As deadline looms, FDA advisors debate coronavirus boosters for fall. Facebook allows users to post reels from third-party apps. Senate's Jayasuriya praises Big Brother India for helping Sri Lanka amid economic crisis. Pakistan's Supreme Court sets aside rejection of no trust vote against Imran Khan government, restores National Assembly. In a setback for Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, the country's Supreme Court on Thursday set aside the rejection of the no-confidence motion moved by the opposition against his Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government in the National Assembly. The court also set aside subsequent steps, including the dissolution of the National Assembly, and fixed 10 a.m. on April 9th as the date for the no-confidence vote, local media reported. The court also set aside subsequent steps, including the dissolution of the National Assembly, and fixed 10 a.m. on April 9th as the date for the no-confidence vote, local media reported. According to Pakistan Sama News, a bench of the Supreme Court of Pakistan declared the Deputy Speaker's ruling on the no-confidence vote unconstitutional in a unanimous judgment. The court set aside the ruling and the steps taken after it, including the dissolution of the National Assembly, the report said. According to Geo News, Pakistan's Supreme Court said the Prime Minister was bound by Constitution and therefore he could not advise the President to dissolve assemblies. US envoy to India, incredibly important diplomatic position, according to White House. The United States on Wednesday acknowledged that US envoy to India is an incredibly important position which the White House is looking to fill amid the growing uncertainty about the fate of President Biden's nominee, Eric Garcetti. The nomination of Los Angeles Mayor Garcetti to become U.S. ambassador seems to be in trouble as Republicans have sought to put the matter on hold owing to a pending probe regarding the sexual harassment of his advisor. When asked how does a lack of an ambassador in New Delhi affect U.S. ability to pressure India not to work with Russia, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said the preference is always to have a confirmed ambassador on the ground. Psaki said the U.S. envoy to India is an incredibly important diplomatic position. We have a range of ways to communicate and engage, and obviously our Deputy National Security Advisor Dileep Singh is an example of that. But clearly our preference would be to have a confirmed ambassador, she added. This comes as media reports says Eric Garcetti doesn't currently have enough votes to be confirmed as ambassador to India. There is a growing concern within the Democratic Party about the fate of Eric Garcetti to serve as ambassador to India, which is resisting the Biden administration's efforts to get tougher on Russia. Biden may pull Garcetti's nomination and find another candidate who can be seated as his envoy to India. According to a document obtained by Politico, Republican Senator Charles Grassley asked Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell to seek a delay for the nomination until the probe is concluded. The United States owes it to the Republic of India to send them a qualified ambassador that will represent the values of the United States. Grassley had said in a document sent to McConnell to notify the Senate. Mayor Garcetti may very well be fully qualified, but at this time, the Senate needs to look into these allegations further, he had added. In an annual report by U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, number of Indian students in U.S. rose by 12%. From China dropped by 8%. The number of Indian students in the United States increased by over 12% in 2021, while those from China, which accounts for the largest number, dropped by more than 8%, according to an official report. In its annual report released on Wednesday, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services said the COVID-19 pandemic continued to impact international student enrollment in the United States in 2021. The total number of student and exchange visitor information system records for active F1 and M1 students was 1,236,748 in the calendar year 2021, a decrease of 1.2% from the calendar year 2020. The total number of student and exchange visitor information system records for active F1 and M1 students was more than 100,000 in the calendar year 2021, a decrease of 1.2% from the calendar year 2020. F1 and M1 are the two non-immigrant student visas. J1 is also a non-immigrant student visa but is mostly given to scholars exchange programs. In 2021, 8,038 students and exchange visitor program certified schools were eligible to enroll international students, registering a decrease by 280 schools from 8,369 eligible schools in 2020. The number of students from China and India made Asia the most popular continent of origin. However, China sent fewer students in 2021 in comparison to 2020, while India sent more students, the report said. As many as 37% of Indian students are females. Overall, China continues to top the list of countries, sending 348,992 students to the U.S. India follows China with 232,851 students. China and India are followed by South Korea, Canada, Brazil, Vietnam, Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, Japan, and Mexico. According to the report, only Asia and Australia Pacific Islands saw an overall decline in the number of students coming to the United States last year, as all other continents saw an increase. Students from China and India made Asia the most popular continent of origin, accounting for 71.9% of the international student population. China sent fewer international students, while India sent more, the report said. In 2021, California hosted more than 208,000 international students, the largest percentage of international students of any U.S. state. Our feature today is on IPL 2022. IPL 2022 is already in full swing, with the first match played between Kolkata Knight Riders and Chennai Super Kings on March 25th. This year, IPL has a bigger pool of talented cricketers, new look teams, addition of 2 new franchises, some new rules, increased number of matches, and a different format. The 2022 Indian Premier League has become the most evolved, cash-rich league, which promises to be a bigger, better, and more exciting than ever before. The 2 new franchises have added a new flavor to the IPL, Lucknow Super Giants and Gujarat Titans. Adding to the excitement, as many as 6 franchises, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Chennai Super Kings, Kolkata Knight Riders, Lucknow Super Giants, Gujarat Titans, Punjab Kings have new captains. Only Mumbai Indians, Sunrise Hyderabad, Delhi Capital, and Rajasthan Royals have existing captains who led their respective sides in the previous edition of IPL. The organizers have also introduced some new rules and formats to make the IPL different from other leagues. The league, in its 15th edition, have 10 teams and 74 games, in all spread across 65 days with a new tweaked format. The matches per side in the league stage will remain 14. but the 10 teams have been divided into 2 groups of 5 each. Group A is led by 5-time champions Mumbai Indians, who are the top seeds, while 4-time winners Chennai Super Kings is leading Group B with number 2 seeding. The other teams in Group A in that order are Kolkata Knight Riders, Rajasthan Royals, Delhi Capital and Lucknow Super Giants. Group B features Sunrisers Hyderabad, Royal Challengers Bangalore, Punjab Kings and Gujarat Titans in that order. 6 franchises get new captains. Royal Challengers Bangalore has appointed South Africa's Faf du Plessis as the new skipper. Faf succeeded Virat Kohli in the role. For Chennai Super Kings, Dhoni has handed over the captaincy to Ravindra Jadeja. Kolkata Knight Riders Shreyas Iyer, who represented Delhi Capitals till last year, has been appointed as the skipper. The Lucknow franchise, Lucknow Super Giants, making its debut in the IPL this season, has appointed Indian opener KL Rahul as the skipper. Another franchise, Gujarat, has appointed Star India all-rounder Hardik Pandya as the captain. Punjab Kings has got a new captain in Mayank Agarwal. Let's take a look at the average age of the teams. Chennai Super Kings, average age 28, 3-time champions. Chennai Super Kings were labelled and marked as Daddy's Army, as it was the only squad with an average age of over 30 in IPL 2021. But this time the franchise picked a relatively younger squad, as their average age is 28, comparatively lower than the previous edition. However, at 40, Mahendra Singh Dhoni remains the oldest player in the squad, which also features 19-year-old rookie batter Rajvardhan Hungrekar. Kolkata Knight Riders average age 28 with 10 players aged 30 or more, including Sam Billings, Sheldon Jackson, Mohammad Nabi, Ajinkya Rahane and Sunil Narine. KKR has snatched the Daddy's Army tag from CSK this time. However, they have also included some young players like Ashok Sharma, who is only 19, along with Rashik Salam and Anukul Roy. Delhi Capitals, average age 26 after the inclusion of talented youngsters like Yash Dul, 19, Vicky Oswal, 19, and destructive batter Prithvi Shaw, 22. In their ranks, the Delhi Capitals team is quite young on paper in IPL 2022. The team led by the young and dynamic Rishabh Pant, 24, also has David Warner, 35, as the eldest member of the squad. Gujarat Titans, average age 23. The new entrant in the Indian Premier League is the youngest team, as their average age is just 23. The team features the youngest player in IPL 2022, Afghanistan's 17-year-old Noor Mohammad, while veteran India wicket-keeper batter Riddhiman Saha is the senior-most member of the squad. Lucknow Super Giants, average age 27, with some young players like Avish Khan, 25, Ravi Bishnoi, 21, and Karan Sharma, 25, in their ranks. Lucknow Super Giants have a young squad in their inaugural IPL season. The squad also has some experienced players in Mark Wood, 32, out of the squad due to injury, Jason Holder, 30, and skipper KL Rahul, 29. Mumbai Indians, average age 25, while the franchise has few of India's most experienced international stars in the squad. They also boast of talented youngsters like Ishan Kishan, 23, Arjun Tendulkar, 22, and Tilak Verma, 19, who is the youngest player in the squad. Rohit Sharma, 34, and Kiran Pollard, 34, are the senior pros in the Mumbai squad. Punjab Kings, average age 26. Punjab Kings have a relatively young squad this time. In previous editions, they had veterans like Chris Gale, who is about 41, but this time most of the members are 25 or younger. India batter Shikhar Dhawan, 36, is the oldest member of the squad, while 19-year-old Raj Bawa is the youngest. Rajasthan Royals, average age 27, despite a number of players including Ravichandran Ashwin, 35, Trent Bolt, 32, and Jos Buttler, 31. Being on the other side of 30, the team has an average age of 27 this season. The franchise has roped in some young talent like Yashasvi Jaiswal, 20, Dhruv Jurel, 21, and Shimran Hetmeyer 25. Royal Challengers Bangalore, average age 25. Royal Challengers Bangalore have 12 players in the 25 to 29 age bracket and 10 players in the 30 and above bracket. Their youngest player, Anishwar Gautam, is 19. Faf du Plessis at 37 is the oldest, followed by Dinesh Karthik, 36. Sunrisers Hyderabad, average age 25, while few of Sunrisers Hyderabad's 23-member squad are 30 or above, including Bhuvneshwar Kumar, 32, Rahul Tripathi, 31, and Kane Williamson, 31. They have some young talents in Priyam Garg, 21, Fazal Haq Farooqi, 21, Marco Jensen, 21, and Karthik Tyagi, 21. With 15 games over so far, we have the both top-seeded teams, Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings, not win any of their games yet, and both are down 0-3. Currently, Kolkata Knight Riders leads the league with 3 wins out of their 4 games, followed by Rajasthan Royals, Gujarat Titans, and Punjab Kings. For all of us cricket lovers, IPL 2022 will be full of excitement, new records, new stars, and a lot of thrills. Happy watching! As deadline looms, FDA advisors debate coronavirus boosters for fall. Expert advisors to the Food and Drug Administration on Wednesday began sketching the outlines of a long-term strategy for deploying vaccine booster shots against the coronavirus amid uncertainty about future variants and the rapidly closing window to prepare for a potential fall vaccination campaign. Peter Marks, director of the FDA's Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research, said a decision on the composition of a fall booster, such as which variants of the virus it protects against, would probably need to be made by May or June. But with vaccine companies and the National Institutes of Health still conducting human testing of possible booster shots, the expert committee could not review the wisdom of any particular approach. The goal of the meeting was to provide the FDA clarity on the criteria for boosters that would be needed going forward, and Marks promised they would meet again in the coming months. Second boosters of the original Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna vaccines were made available last week to older adults and to immunocompromised people, a stopgap move intended to shore up protection against severe disease in vulnerable people, given the unknown about the coming months. Many experts say that additional shots for the general population should be reformulated to keep up the changing virus, but the question of whether, when, and how to do that remains unresolved. Facebook allows users to post reels from third-party apps. Seeing people's craze for reels, Facebook has decided to allow the users to post short-form videos from third-party apps. With sharing to Reels feature, people will be able to share short videos directly to Facebook easily, TechCrunch reported. Once integrated, third-party apps will have a Reels button so people can share short videos, then customize with Reels editing tool like audio, text, effects, captions, and stickers, said John McCarthy, Meta's director of product management, in a blog post. He added, instead of downloading their video content and uploading it later, they can now create a share video seamlessly with one tap of a button. As part of this launch, Meta has partners like Smule, Vita, and Viva Video who have integrated sharing to Reels and are finding new ways for creators to reach new audiences. Senator Jayasuriya praises Big Brother India for helping Sri Lanka amid economic crisis. Calling India a big brother, former Sri Lankan cricketer Senator Jayasuriya lauded the Indian government and Prime Minister Narendra Modi for sending help to the island nation as it battles the worst economic crisis since independence. As always, as a neighbor, the big brother of the next to our country has been helping us. We are very grateful to the Indian government and the Prime Minister. So far as even to survive, it's not very easy at the moment. Things are going through. I hope that things can change, and also with the help of India and other countries, and we are trying to come out from this situation, Jayasuriya said. India has supplied over 270,000 empty fuel to Sri Lanka so far to help ease the power crisis in the island country, which is witnessing acute power cuts. Sri Lanka is battling a severe economic crisis with food and fuel scarcity affecting a large number of the people in the island nation. The economy has been in a free fall since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia tonight. Send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at itvgold, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you are in the tri-state area or in the Chicago area for news on community, entertainment, and events in US and India. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. This is Pia Jyoti Kachru saying goodbye.